crafty friend, it's Courtney Brickner, the CD behind the Crafty Brick. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Last week I posted a video on making these custom shoes with Mod Podge and fabric. So I showed how I did that. Some of you in the comments were wondering if you could do that with leather shoes like for Air Force Ones. So I got a pair of just like, the faux Converse ones. These are also faux leather, but I thought it's gonna give us the same concept of, the Air Force Ones or the real leather shoes. So I just wanna see, will it work today? So I'm gonna be using bandana fabric. I'm gonna make some olive green shoes. So that's the plan today. So let's see if using some Mod Podge and this fabric will have the same effect as it did before and give us the cute outcome that I'm hoping it will. So let's do it and see if it works. All right, the first thing that we're going to be doing is getting some clear contact paper, and I'm just cutting it to size so that it will fit on the side of my shoe. So you just have to remove the backing and then place it on the shoe, and we're going to press it on so that it sticks in place, doesn't move. And we're going to use a Sharpie to trace the area that we want our pattern to be on the shoe. So I'm just doing it below the laces, before the, below the eyelets for the laces. And then you're going to take that that you just drew and put it on your fabric. Then you're going to go ahead and cut out your trace area from your fabric. Make sure that it fits, because sometimes your cutting is not completely accurate. But then after you do, make sure it fits well, you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. The reason you need to do another template is because the sides do not line up. They're not identical. So you have to do actually 4 templates, one for each side of each shoe. So I'm got my second template, going to go ahead and cut that out. And then after you get the design completely cut out, make sure that it fits before you start to put it on. And then this time I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I want to maybe put some fabric along the heel of the shoe as well. So I'm just using the same method I did on the sides, putting the contact paper on and then tracing the back heel of the shoe. And then I'll go ahead and cut that out also. I don't know if this is going to work and how it's going to look, but I just thought I'd cut the template and see. And instead of using the pattern part of the bandana, I'm just going to use the solid green color. So we've got that. Okay, now that we've got all of the pieces cut, all of our templates cut, we're going to go ahead and take off the contact paper from our fabric. So I'm just going to get my Mod Podge ready. I'm going to go ahead and put one layer of Mod Podge on the shoe and get ready to put the template on. So I've got my templates cut, putting the Mod Podge on. Now let's take the template off and then have a little unfortunate turn of events. The bandana is fraying along the edges. This is not a good fabric for peeling off contact paper from it. So this is not going to work, because that's not going to give us a clean edge. So instead of redrawing the template, I think what I'm going to do is just use the template that I have, and I'm just going to pin it onto another section, and then I'll just cut it out. So I'll just use the template that I created, so it still has the contact paper, but the contact paper is not actually touching the fabric that I'm going to be using now. So the fabric before, it was all frayed. This one will not be frayed because we're just going to have a nice clean edge. Then we just removed the pins, and now we're good because the contact paper was not touching. I'm glad that this Mod Podge stayed wet, because I wasn't sure that it was going to stay ready to use while I was trying to cut that out, but it did, so we're good. I used the template that I had cut for the other side and went ahead and pinned that on the bandana piece and cut that out as well. This is not as simple as the other way was, with just putting the contact paper right on the fabric and peeling it off. But with this kind of flimsy, thin fabric, it just didn't work as well. So if you've got thicker fabric, you will be able to just use the contact paper directly on the fabric and peel it off. Then we're just adding a single layer of Mod Podge on here, just like we did on the other side. Then we place the fabric onto the Mod Podge, smooth it out, make sure there aren't any creases in it. I had a little piece that I needed to cut off just to fit perfectly on the shoe part right there. We smooth it out, and then once we've got it all smoothed out, we're going to apply another layer of Mod Podge. But first I want to go ahead and put the template on this solid green area that I'm going to do for the heel and cut that section out. I'm still not sure that this is going to work. I don't know if I like the way it looks, but we'll just see. At least I've got it all cut out, and then we can go from there. I don't really think I like it, but we'll see. I'm going to apply the second layer of Mod Podge on to the shoe, and I'll do it on the first side, and then I'll do it on the second side. And then after that, we're going to do the other shoe, and we're going to let it dry. I just wanted to show you why you have to cut a separate template for each side of your shoe, because you can see right here, like along where the ankle is, it's actually a little bit too small, and it's too long for the front of the template. So you got to do one for each side. Okay, here are both of them all finished, and they need to dry. So this one this was the first side I did. You can see it's already starting to dry and get clearer. This one's cloudy. This one I just finished, so it's very cloudy. But we're gonna come back after they're dry and I'll show you the finished product. So far, so cute. All right, we have had some hours pass. They're mostly dry. Y'all, oh, look how cute. I love it. Now, granted, the bandana was a little more challenging than the regular fabric, but it still worked. It's still super cute. But I have a question for you. So I ended up not liking the way the back looked going on there, but where did I put it? Oh my gosh, I had something to show you. Let me find it, be right back. Okay, so initially I showed you I was gonna do this back heel part. I didn't really like the way that looked, but I'm wondering about this little green strip. What do you think? Should I add green there or should I leave it white? So it's the green, just the solid green that was in the bandana. I took a little bit of the edge. So add the green or leave it white. Let me know that in the comments, okay? But overall, it did work on the leather. I think it actually worked great. I love it. This is one of my favorite projects now that I've been doing. So I actually have another idea in mind for another technique that I'm gonna try out and do it. I will be back and report that. I'll also report how these work or how these hold up after wearing them for a little bit and let you guys know. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you enjoy learning about how to customize shoes a really easy way, don't forget to give this video that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the crafty things that I post on this channel. I'll be back with another shoe idea that I've got brewing in my mind. Until then, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.